Welcome to another financially fabulous episode. This is the place to be to learn about money and get inspired to take small steps to improve your finances. I'm Lee Moore, and while I'm not a financial planner, I'll show you what I've learned. In this episode, I'll be talking about some elements of financial scams that you can very easily avoid. Come on, this will be awesome. These days, scammers and hackers are pretty sophisticated and can very easily disguise themselves as either your bank or your credit card provider. Just the other day, I was going about my morning when my cell phone rang. I looked down and saw a 1-800 number, deciding whether or not I should answer it because the number was unrecognizable to me. I picked it up. It was my credit card provider. They wanted to know if I had made a $100 transaction the night before. The reason they flagged this particular transaction was because my card had not been swiped and the transaction took place at an actual location, not online. This was highly unusual and raised alarms. And while this explanation was perfectly logical to me, and my first reaction was to thank them for catching some fraudulent activity on my account, the very next thing that ran through my mind was, okay, is this even my credit card company calling? So the same way they require ID from me when I call the credit card company, asking me a series of personally qualifying questions, I proceeded to ask them a series of identifying questions as well. Could they tell me what some of my transactions were over the last few weeks? Then I quickly went online, logged into my account, and listened to make sure that the transactions matched. I also asked them who was the supplementary card holder on that particular card. It was no one. I also asked them what other products I have with that financial institution, and they were able to answer all of my questions. Since they were all correct, I was comfortable to acknowledge that it actually was my credit card company that was calling. It's important to note that if they had asked me any more personal information questions like my account numbers, social security, social insurance, anything like that, I would not have provided any of those answers. If they really were my credit card company that was calling, they would have that information already. The only thing they had asked me was for my address at the start of the call in order to verify my identity. To me, that was quite reasonable. But sometimes scammers can actually have hacked into your account and be able to tell you some of your expenditures and transactions. Bearing this in mind, had I been unsure of their authenticity, I would have actually asked them what department they were calling from, and then I would have called them back by dialing either the number on the back of my card or looking up their phone number on their authentic website. If they had given me the phone number to call them back at, I would likely just be calling back the same fraudulent company. Whether it's your bank, your cell phone provider, or someone claiming to be from a computer company or anybody else, if they're asking you for your personal information and you did not call them, I would not give that out. If you didn't call them, don't give out your personal information, in particularly any information that would allow fraudsters to access either your money or your identity. Too many people have been scammed by fraudsters. Scammers are actually pretty sophisticated these days, so make sure that you're vigilant so you don't lose your ID or your money to a con artist. I personally take my privacy and my finances very seriously, and so should you. That brings me to today's tweetable. Don't be fooled by scammers. Keep your money and your identity safe. Here is my challenge to you. I want you to be prepared if you should get such a phone call. The best way to be prepared is to make sure that you know a series of identifying questions that you can ask so that you can find out the authenticity of the institution that's calling you. Also, not everyone is aware of that fraudsters can access so many details about your account. So have a chat with your family and your friends. Share with them what you've learned so that they won't become victims of such incidences either. Leave a comment below letting me know if you've ever experienced such phone calls and how you handled them. Don't forget to access the free downloadable at leemore.money to help you with this challenge. I've outlined a series of questions that you can ask to better handle a strange caller. Did you like this video? Did you learn something? Subscribe to my channel. It's free. And then share it with your friends. And If you want even more tips and tricks to make your financial journey fun and exciting, come on over to leemore.money and sign up for email updates. Remember, I'm not here to change who you are or how you live your life. I just have strategies to make you even more financially fabulous. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Till then, stay fabulous. To see if they really were who they were. And I proceeded, but I'm asking identification, blah, blah, blah.